welcome to the first RNR of 2018. Tonight we are going to discuss the review of Black Panther, talk about random shit, and see what's up. I am Ryan, and this is Rick. I don't know how to start this, so I'm going to start with a little story about Kentucky and something that happened to me. See, the way the weather works in Kentucky is that it'll be 80 degrees one day and 0 the next. And we'll flip-flop with rain, snow, sleet, tornadoes, whatever. So, I'm going to tell a story from Thursday. Rick, are you ready? Good. Alright, check it out. It was damn near 80 degrees on Thursday. And a lot of people were out and about, enjoying the nice weather, the sun, what have you. Well, I was driving home from work, and there was this old couple hanging out at the end of the street.
Now, by old, do you mean like they were a couple of years older than we were?
No, like senior citizens.
Okay, so like 5 years older than we are.
Clearly.
Okay.
All right. Well, these are old people, and you know how time stands still for incidents in your life. So I was, driving down 44, 55 miles an hour, getting ready to pull in the street. I see this couple, and there's enough time for me to make eye contact, smile, nod, kind of just like being cordial, whatever. I've never seen them before, so it was kind of weird. But, I was just being polite, but they were out at the end of the street where I could not exactly, pull in how I normally do, so I had to shift a little bit. And when I shifted, it was kind of in the middle of the road, whatever. Well, it had been raining the day before, so there was still a nice little water puddle in the street, and, I'd already did my courtesies, and I hit the water puddle, and I splashed the old couple, and I saw, slow motion, the woman's smile turn upside down to fear. And God, I got them both with the water. And I've already done my courtesies, and I was like, oh God, what have I done? So instead of being a good human being, I kept driving because there's nothing positive that could have happened after splashing this whole couple with water. And that's my story. That's the highlight of my week, basically. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's one thing of note I've had in the last week. How are you doing, Rick?
A lot better than that old couple. So, I have one question for you.
Just one?
Yes. What does that have to do with the Black Panther?
Absolutely nothing, but did you laugh?
I had a giggle or two.
Well, there you go. That's the best I can do.
Alright. Well, I guess that's all you really need.
Alright.
Okay. Like Ryan said, like 15-20 minutes ago before he told his story, this episode is going to be focusing on the review of Marvel Black Panther. We just watched it, so I'm sure there's going to be spoilers, so if you don't want to hear spoilers, stop listening. First, we'll do our overall reaction to the film, and then we'll proceed. My overall reaction to the film was good.
Wow, that's deep. It was good. I do enjoy it. I'm a big fan of Michael B. Jordan, not Chadwick Boseman, and those other actors whose names is not coming to me.
Forrest Whitaker.
Well, yeah, I like Forrest Whitaker. Everyone was pretty good in this movie. Not really a bad performance. It kind of broke away from the Marvel formula somewhat. I don't know what to... Actually, I like this movie, but I don't know what to say about this movie. It's a good movie. It's not like an average whatever movie, but it was alright. I liked it. Pretty good. Anything stand out to you?
It was a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cinematography was great. The costumes were great. Lots of eye candy for both men and women.
They must work out.
Yeah.
I,
There wasn't a whole lot of, I guess, your typical Marvel comedy. I mean, there was definitely some laughs, and giggles, but it wasn't. I guess the witty banter was not amped up as much in this one.
No, not at all.
But the movie itself was well done. It told a great story that, definitely part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also has a great story on its own. Definitely some subtle political stuff in there.
Subtle.
No, it was
on Front Street.
Yeah. I was there was a few times in there. It was like, wow, they weren't beating around the bush.
Yeah.
When they wrote that part into the movie. But it all worked. Every single bit of it worked. None of it seemed out of place. It was well done.
Very good. I was concerned before I saw the movie that Michael B. Jordan was dialing it up to 11, because in the preview he went big, but it was not really. It was probably quite possibly the previews were the biggest part of his. Where it all fit, everything kind of worked out. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I can say about this movie. I know nothing of the Black Panther mythos, So I was,
They definitely went into in depth with explaining everything about how the Black Panther became the Black Panther and all the history behind that, and so he really brings you up to speed on that. They did a great job with that.
Mm-hmm. I would have liked to have seen Andy Serkis's character. I would have liked to have seen him last longer, because he was fun.
Yeah, I didn't really expect him to end
so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, his character ended appropriately. But I don't know. I don't know. I kind of liked his weird demeanor. But other than that, I mean, there's nothing really I can say that's bad in this movie.
No.
The only thing I could really say that it's not necessarily I didn't like it, but it was an interesting choice was Daniel some or another, the fella from Get Out.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Michonne's dude. He was really quick to kind of turn on.
He was.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's like, okay, I'm turning. I mean, I guess there's more to that character than they laid on screen. There's some things about these movies that I'm kind of ranting or rambling now. It's I don't know. There's some things about the character that they didn't explain or go too in depth.
Yeah, really didn't.
His motivations were not
right
100% clear, but I get it. Whatever. Yeah, it's a very good Marvel movie. Not forgettable, but it's one of those right in the middle of the pack, higher tier, better than the first two Thors. It's right there, number 4, number 5.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, definitely with you on that. It, wasn't Iron Man caliber.
No.
But it was definitely higher than the first two Thors, and
yeah, the ones you forget.
Yeah.
It's right there with the first Captain America.
Yeah, I guess I would put it right there with first Captain America. Yeah, now that I think about it, I'd still say better than Civil War, for sure.
Yeah, it's much better in Civil War. villains. He was the highlight of Civil War for me.
Yeah, right. But anyway, what I was saying. One thing that stands out to me, and it's not really a bad thing about the movie. I just happened to think about it during the movie, towards the end, and I thought, you know what? I would have liked to have seen Black Panther as Black Panther a little more through the film. I mean, I know it was more of an origin type story and all that, but I don't know. Kind of like we saw him be the king more than Black Panther. I don't know. Like I said, it's not really a bad thing.
I don't even know what you're talking about, really. It's the same thing that every movie has. You have 2.5 hours to tell an origin story, a villain's origin story, and have a resolution. Used to be, back in the day, you could get away with it, but with the power of television, we expect more. And the problem with these movies, especially in the start of, when you're starting a franchise like the Black Panther films, that are going to be many films, I hope, is that you gotta tell Black Panther's story, and you had to tell Killmonger's story, and you had to tell backstory. There's a whole bunch of things that had to go in 2.5 hours, and you really can't do that in that amount of time and having a good emotional resolution. I think we've said stuff like this before with every Marvel movie. Anytime you establish a new villain, you're going to have to take care of that villain. Problem is, you're going to have the villain reprise their role later on to make the next movies deeper, I guess is the word I'm going to go with. I'm sure there's a much more intelligent word, but I'm not very intelligent, so we're going to go with that. I really don't know what else to say about it. We've said it 100 times. It would have been nice to see Killmonger come back for maybe the second or third Black Panther, so you'll be able to develop that character more. However, spoilers, he's not going to come back. Yeah, like all the villains in this movie are not going to come back. Yeah, so.
Which makes me wonder what the Marvel Cinematic Universe has a lot cut out for them to carry on this franchise.
Yeah, post Infinity War, I believe, is going to tell what Marvel's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting thing. But they made Ant-Man work.
Yeah.
If you make Ant-Man work, you make almost anything work.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, as long as the writing stays strong.
Yeah. The writing is usually strong, and it carries through in this film as well. Hopefully they can keep up the good work.
Yes. Indeed. I don't know what else we can really say about the Black Panther movie, other than we liked it. It's very good. Everyone seems to be watching. It made $215 million this weekend, so, and it's probably going to carry strong for several weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next movie coming out?
Well,
next week Annihilation comes out, and that's by the guy who made Ex Machina. So we need to watch that.
Oh, with Natalie Portman?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that one.
Looks interesting.
It does. I mean, it's a weird movie, but since that dude made it, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2018, first show. What have you been up to?
Just working, making new friends.
Oh, good.
Connecting with old friends.
Yes. I've been basically doing the same. I have seen a movie this year. We saw 12 Strong. Whatever. It's cool. It's alright. Nothing particularly special about it. Nothing I can really take away. It was positive.
And you saw Jumanji, right?
Yeah, I did see Jumanji. Jumanji was fun. There's a reason why I made a fortune. I'm going to have to go with the 2018 so far has not been very eventful. It's been cold as fuck.
Yeah.
As it always is.
But it's also only the middle of February.
Yeah. But I turned 38 in... What day is this? I turned 38 in a month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, there's this thing about getting older that I've noticed that your joints and shit just can't handle the cold. I mean, I hurt all the time. I'm old. Getting there. So I always dreamed of moving to Canada. But fuck that. It's too cold. And fuck. Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I mean, I feel like we need to say more since we haven't done a show in a while.
Less is more.
Not always, but sometimes you just gotta talk. I'm still not really a fan of The Last Jedi. I'm trying, but it's too much wrong with it. Part of that still burns me up.
Yeah, it'll never be at the top of the list for me, but I can't say that I don't like it anymore. After watching it the second time, I'd have to say I enjoy the film.
Mm-hmm.
And I have accepted its flaws, and I've moved on. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode of RNR up and put it to bed. So, until next time, I'm Rick.
I'm Ron.
And we'll catch you later.